Wow, that was a really great story about the double life of Pope.
I hope he gives me front row seats to his first concert.
Next up, we have Matt, Joe, and Zach talking about Worcester Academy's fight against the concussion epidemic.
We will now hear from Mr. Milley, who's on the front lines of this battle.
Sports are an important part of many young people's lives. Unfortunately, injuries come along with sports, and the concussion is one of the most frequent kinds of injuries that occur in many young people's lives.
I just got off the bench and I went behind the net to pick up the puck. And right as I got the puck, one of their players came around the net and popped me. And I rocked back, and I knew my bell was wrong. I didn't think I was concussed, so I just kept playing. So after the game, I had a headache. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was just normal. But then my mom noticed that, so she was asking me questions about the game and some of the hits, because she noticed I had gotten up slow after one of them. So I told her what had happened, and she thought I had concussion because she's a doctor, so she thought I had concussion. So she told me to go see the nurse the next day and get a concussion test.
We have a student that has that injury. Sometimes we involve the school's family physician, or if we feel there's a need, we recommend that they see a doctor. Always necessary. If we feel someone has that injury, the first thing that we do is we require them to get some rest, and that's cognitive rest, physical rest, emotional rest. It's often recommended they stay home from school for a day or two, just to help their symptoms go away, because that's basically the best way to help things get better, is just be away from stimulus, things at school, sporting activities, things like that. If I want to guess, over the school year last year, both within our interscholastic athletic teams and then injuries that happen outside of that, we probably saw 20 to 25 kids that suffered head injuries last year. Once we feel that the symptoms are completely gone, we can begin what we call a return to play protocol, where if the student was an athlete here at school, we would gradually get them back into their activity. Over a series of few days, gradually increasing their exertion levels, for example, making sure that they don't have any symptoms that come from that. For example, if we had somebody on their first day back go upstairs and ride the exercise bike for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, as a result of that, they got symptoms again, and we would probably stop and have them rest until those symptoms go away.
As you can see, concussions are an unfortunate aspect of sports today, but Worcester Academy does a great job to keep their athletes safe and healthy.